So, as you guys can see, this is DCTS Solutions, and this is our how to access a server, or what most accessed areas on the server are. Whenever I have customers or potentially people interested in asking us questions, what you'll see me do in the back end that mainly people won't see it very often is when I bring up the server, this is how it looks. As you can see, it is CentOS 7.2. It's going to be the build version for 86, and our server name is called Solutions. You can see which version of WHM or cpanel/WHM that we do run, which is version 60, build 25, and the load average, which isn't very high, which is very good. This is how we do keep our uptime higher. Now, a lot of times I will go into our account information section, list the accounts, which I'm not going to go to for privacy reasons. The other section I will be jumping into will be into our plugin section, over to our WHM Sonic, and then also there is Softlicious. If you guys do want to do your WordPress installs by doing a few clicks, that is something that would be available to you guys from your control panel. However, while I'm accessing the server, a lot of times, or 99% of the times, what I generally do is go into account information, and then I go to a list of accounts. Now, if I do feel for any reason that the server is running sluggish, there's an issue, it's spiking way too high, I can go ahead and simply click on this. And what you'll see is, in this case, we do have our radio account. It is running a little high. It's using a little over 11% of the CPU. That is only currently the one account that we do have. We do have other accounts that are running as well. No big worries. It's only if it is actually spiking to a number that is astronomically too high that it should not be, the server becomes unresponsive, thus causing us to be needing to do the more advanced troubleshooting, causing us to restart the server. But generally, percentage being the 99% of the time, we would not need to restart unless it does become a very advanced and difficult issue that makes it to where it's not responsive enough. Now, when it comes to creating new accounts, what I always end up doing will be account functions, create new account. Now, from here is where I would enter all my fields in that I would do. This is generally starting off with, of course, as you do see here at the top, the domain names. We'll do demo.dcts.host, user's name. If you have a preference, we can enter that in there, or we can simply just put in demo. Password, we can just put in anything. I'm just going to actually maybe do this real fast. Do it so we do get it to that 74-point marker, which I know one password is very strong. Email address, we can put in demo@dcts.host. Now for package, we can do one of two things. We can simply pick a package, or in this case we can click the select options manually, save package as a manual, which we're not really going to do at this point, but we're going to go ahead and do it this way. So we're going to say you're getting 2 gigs worth of space, unlimited bandwidth, and pretty much everything else we're going to leave as unlimited and switch these over to unlimited. Now we only do allow 150 emails hourly by your domain. Next, if you do pay for an additional dedicated IP, we then would pick dedicated IP, pick whatever one we have available, go from there. Otherwise, we'll leave as is. Shell access, you really don't need that for. CGI access, we'll leave. We'll also go ahead and leave it on the paper lantern theme, which is a very popular one, which is a more recent one. Now, if you are a reseller, we will make your account as its own reseller, as well as in charge of your own account. Thus, you can modify if you need to in any sort of way. If not, simply we'll leave it as a standard shared or standard WordPress account. Now, we do generally leave the DNS settings alone because we're not doing anything specific on it. Going forward, we then go ahead and hit automatically detect configuration, which is recommended, so we leave that. We hit the create button. Now, what you'll see is it will pop up asking me to save it. I'm not worried about that. We'll go ahead and create the account, and now at this point we'll scroll down here. You'll see the demo being available. We'll go ahead and view the demo site, and of course now you'll see CGI-bin being available, and of course we'll go ahead and copy all the information, submit it to you so you would be able to then access it, and this is just more output stating of all the information that's created on the server for your account. Now inside your account you can then simply go ahead and do what you want to do. Or if you like to, you can simply add 2082, boom, there you go. Now it's going to bring you into the login. You can do demo, do password, log in, and of course it'll prompt you. depending upon which browser you have. And now you'll see it does a nice little welcome to the user manager. Basically just tells you okay, where you can access the user manager. Go to File Manager, which will open a new tab depending upon how your preferences are. You'll want to go ahead and click on the icons, not necessarily names, because the names will try to edit it, and you won't want to do that. Now you will see here we have CGI bin. You can click on it, go up to the top here, hit delete. It will prompt you if you want to just permanently delete them off your account or just put them in your trash can. We're just going to go ahead and simply hit confirm at the moment. Now, when we do go back to our domain, which is going to be demo.dcts.host, hit enter on there. Now you'll see it say simply index of. So, with that being said, that just simply tells us that it is registering automatically. Now we can hit the plus for file. We will do an index.html, hit create, and of course now at this point when we refresh it, poof, everything is gone. Click on this, simply hit the edit option. Now you will be prompted this the very first time. You can simply hit disable coding check, and it'll open up the next tab for you there, and what it'll do then is bring you up to this page here, which is where you can simply edit it. Now if you want to do, for instance, we will do open tag div align equals center close coming soon close slash div. Oops, did not mean to cap that, but that's habit though. So save, go back over here, refresh, and boom, coming soon. So now we do have our file that is edited already to show our information. Now if we wanted to say increase this information, we can simply do a few things along this nature. These are just basic things, nothing that would need a whole nother video for us, so I'm just kind of doing it real quick here for you. Do that, boom, coming soon. So as you can see, that is one of the general things we do. Now if you happen to be, character encoding verification has been disabled, this merely tells you that you will no longer need to be prompted every time you do open the files. So with that being said, my little box, hit OK, you're good to go. Now with that being said, we're going to go back to our main account here. Now if you're interested in looking to go ahead and say upload a massive amount of files that you want to use, say it's your own design or you're wanting to simply look into editing anything, what we're going to go ahead and do is bring it up here. I generally use the server's IP just because the fact that it does work a lot better than using ftp.your domain. Just essentially it works better in my opinion. Now as far as port, you can put 21. However, I didn't change that. I left it alone so we can hit quick connect. And now you will see here directory loaded. So now you see cPanel and everything else here. And now you just double click on public, and in this case I have a folder open for a website, which I'll actually just back out for 1 second, go into another one real quick. And in this case we have another one, so grab our index, grab the other essential required files, style sheet, transfer those over. Now it will prompt me what I want to do. I will tell it to overwrite this particular one just because we're doing it as a demo real fast, and you'll see everything transferring here really quickly due to the high speed connection that we do have. So that's working really well. We'll go back in here. Now we will reopen up the demo.dcts. Just delete that out of there and then hit that. Now it will load a quick bit of information, and boom, there we go. So we've got this sample site here as an example, and as you can see it simply has a little bit of information, but of course you can always upload, download, go in here and then you just simply tell it to delete everything and then it'll go through and delete it. Basic information, nothing fancy when you're really doing anything. Now in the event that say you're choosing to cancel services with us, what I would do next would go into terminate an account, and I keep forgetting they switched it around, I don't know why though. So I would scroll down, in this case find the demo, go ahead and hit remove selected accounts, yep, remove. Yep, we know we're going to permanently remove it, and bada bing, bada boom, your account has been gone. So those are really about the biggest areas we're going to be using when it comes to anything as far as the account goes. So hopefully you guys like that information there. It's just a little bit of information for the back end, kind of